Welcome back, crew, and welcome back to another reaction of a kill count by DeadMeat.
James A. MKX1. MKX1 came out recently. He's just
and
going
last time, MK9.
Ones.
We watched MK9, right? Last time we watched MK9, and there were over 148 of them. So we're gonna guess high now, aren't we?
Yeah, 213.
How many kills? You're going 213?
Right, yeah. What about you?
I am actually, I have a theory that the Mortal Kombat games are getting less violent over time. I'm going to put that to the test now. And I'm going to think there's less.
Well, with MK1, that's definitely right. What do you guys guess? Leave your comment below what your guess is, and let's see.
I'm going to say 98.
213.
And here we go.
And you guys, you might already know.
Welcome to the kill count, where we tally up the victims. And
likely they've seen this first and are coming back to see us react to it. Not here to take it from him.
PS4, Xbox One, and PC in 2015. MKX is a direct sequel to Mortal Kombat 9, which revitalized the series in 2011. Thanks to that game's success, the hype for MKX was unreal. It became the fastest and best-selling game of the franchise, with more than 10 million copies sold. Didn't hurt that it had a cool trailer with Subby and Scorpion fighting to a song. Mortal Kombat's jump to a was accompanied by a change in art direction and fighting mechanics. MKX is darker than the other Netherrealm Studios games, with muted colors that are mostly varying shades of gray and brown. The women's outfits are way less skimpy, and characters get sweaty and bloody during their battles. Leaves them looking kind of slimy.
Yeah, that Netherrealm growth right there.
Gameplay-wise, MKX retains the previous game's new X-ray function, while introducing a few new features. Taking a cue from Injustice Gods Among Us, there are now interactive stage elements. It's great.
I love that.
Like chucking a random bystander at
and
your
they had it.
Return
they had it
another
again, and
option,
then
but they're not the
anymore.
super string of combos they were in Ultimate MK3. Now they're basically extra fatalities that you can do
MK
to end
versus
a match
DC.
instead of doing it afterward. MKX also brought back the long-absent sprint function to encourage fast-paced combat with a K. It can't be overstated how aggressive this game's fighting style is.
Which is great.
So it's not exactly
Which
friendly
is not
to
the
casual
same
players like me, who would try online play only to get juggled non-stop for the entire bout. Then there's the character variations.
Yeah, I mean that's every Mortal Kombat game.
Movesets and different strengths.
The
I tried
juggle
to
thing,
learn, but
you know.
I got
So
lost
that's
when
their
people started talking about 50-50.
answer to the problem is
Luckily,
make
I don't
them
care
slow.
about getting good. You know I'm just here to watch my story.
Yeah.
Most of MKX takes
I'm
place
definitely
about
in his
25 years
his
after our
camp
heroes
on not
defeated
caring
Shao
about
Kahn.
getting good.
That means they're all older, and a bunch of them have adult kids to continue the combat with a K.
Us older folks are going to retire someday.
Generally, it's a very good story.
Your generation to step up.
As divisive as the combat kids are, I'm down with a good time jump. Problem is, this story is time pogoing.
Everyone looks a little bit clunkier, more Minecrafty.
Points in the past, and they're all out of order too. So you end up seeing characters do stuff after you've already seen them die. Oh yeah, and there's a series of canonical graphic novels that takes place before this game. The story ends up being a damn puzzle, more like Netherrealm Studios.
Yeah,
Still,
but that's
at the end of the
fine.
day, this is Mortal Kombat. The graphics are a huge step up from MK9, and the roster nicely blends familiar and new. I enjoy the character introductions that happen before a fight, a little three-line back and forth that is sometimes funny.
Repulsive human.
Yes, they
Sleeping with Baraka's repulsive.
Who told you this?
And sometimes shades in lore and backstory.
How do you know me?
We house your family's souls.
Even with the confusing plot,
like a little Dark Souls in there, just like a little piece of information
I still had a
that
great
gives
time playing
a whole
Mortal Kombat
new
X,
meaning
and
to
ask a
everything.
video game for more than that. Let's get to kill counting with a K. Like chaos.
Let's do it!
Count too, not just for kills.
Get there, James.
Okay. The game begins with Stony Statue story time. Johnny Cage narrates the tale of Shinnok, an Elder God who rebelled against the others and invaded Earthrealm. He was stopped by the Elder Gods and Raiden, who is not an Elder God, and I'm sorry that I said he was in the last episode. I was wrong. I mean, he did become an Elder God at the end of MK4, but he renounced it to defend Earthrealm and Deadly Alliance. And besides, that's
the second
OG
movie,
timeline.
which we don't talk
We're
about.
the second of 3 timelines now. Anyway, they chained up Shinnok like Jason at the
Confusing.
bottom of Crystal Lake, but anyone who finished MK9 or its kill count knows, that Netherrealm nuisance is back. After that intro, we get a kill. A soldier missing his face in the middle of a war.
Come on, 213. One time at a... Alright, yeah, we're getting up there.
By Netherrealm beasts.
Okay, so it's 12 deaths
so far
during this sequence. That was interesting.
This one who gets decapitated. And you know what? These gargoyle guys are humanoid enough for me. So I'll also count the one who gets gunned down.
The Harley Quinn show.
My regards. This is 2 years after the events of the last game, during the Netherrealm War. Quan Chi's demons are wreaking havoc on Earth.
It said 98.
No, I didn't mean that havoc. Save it for MK1. Major Sonya Blade is leading a special forces squad and is joined by movie star Johnny Cage and Kenshi Takahashi, a blind swordsman. Kenshi was in the 3D trilogy, Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon, and was also a DLC character in MK9.
He's an awesome character.
And he's sticking around.
He's spirits who help guide him in combat.
Good idea.
Their fellow choppers.
He looks better there, though.
And normally, I'd only count one pilot each for those. But we do see 6 soldiers in the back of this one, plus a pilot and presumably a co-pilot in Sonya's spot. So I'll assume 8 is a standard unit size and double it to 16 for these 2 Blackhawks that go down.
Okay, so you're counting the deaths of the helicopters that fell. Okay, skip ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than fair.
At least our heroes are on this chopper. Not that it's really all that much safer, I guess. I don't suppose either of you can.
I got that one over there, but it's a bottle
harpoon's
opener.
a sure sign of a scorpion infestation. And sure enough, that Revenant murders
4
of seated soldiers in a jiffy. And with style.
What was your number again?
Whole sequence. My number's 98.
Then the Ice Ninja Sub-Zero arrives and kills off
We're getting there.
with a double Jason.
Jeez.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This doesn't make any sense. Sub-Zero, real name Kuai Liang, turned into a friggin' cyborg.
I forgot you can also count bodies in the stages.
And what's more so, that Cyber Subby got his frozen ass kicked by a screaming Sindel. His death
MK1's still not going to have very many. Only in Armageddon.
His soul was taken by Quan Chi, along with the other fallen combatants, and the sorcerer decided he had more use and potential in his human form. He restored Kuai Liang back to his body, but still controls his Revenant soul. It's all in the comics, folks. Kenshi and Johnny managed to get the
because we asked that question when we saw it.
But it crashes to the ground anyway. Womp womp. Don't worry though, the named characters survived.
We fared better than the men.
Yeah, sure could say that again. Cage has to fight the ninjas properly on the ground, and during the battles, you can see 3 soldiers killed in the background. They're carried off to die.
Oh, nostalgia.
All this fighting is worth it, and their effort
39 already.
Simple, where a battle sees 17 monks, I think, murdered by Netherrealm
Yeah, this is a long time ago.
Many dead Tony Shalhoubs all over the place.
That's a
lot.
lot.
The left are Raiden and Fujin, who kill off 25
I did see this more recently when trying to play it solo for a while, but
spears. Actually, they use the spears more, way more.
Still got a few
spears are
chapters
dope. These kills are much cooler than that wind.
Whoever's closer is going to be the winner of this
just about
one.
overwhelmed, as is Josh.
Okay.
Kills. When we
So
get
within,
one more for him
yeah,
to
all right.
Beast whose stomach explodes
Price is right.
to a green skull from the
Price is right, but if you go
He shows
over,
off
you
some of his
lose.
revenants.
Oh,
Price
yeah,
is
maybe
right.
not that then.
The latter two don't do shit in this game, other than lie down to the Weather Wonder twins. Much scarier than these jobber ghouls is the ground-clapping entrance of Shinnok. He's an elder god from the Netherrealm, and he's real poetic about death.
Remove the shadow from the light. The shadow grows. The legacy of life is death.
Is that Fallout
Wait,
Boy
if you
or
remove the
is he
shadow
on-
from the
Shinnok's
light,
probably Mortal
isn't it
Kombat's
less-
most
it's
powerful
like-
antagonist, at least
Only
up to
like
this
that.
point. I mean, he took
know
over
he
the
writes
Netherrealm
dark
after
poems.
defeating Lucifer. Yeah, just straight up Lucifer.
Yeah, you
That's
might-
according to the
Metallica
manual for Mortal
songs.
Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, which marked Shinnok's first appearance as a low-res
That's
polygon.
Shinnok.
Mythologies was an action-adventure game released in 1997.
Oh, that's
it was
the
the
game
first
so
of the
hard.
series not to be a fighting game, so
Should we
I never gave
continue?
it any thought. Heard it's kind of a
That
pain in the
game?
ass. Interestingly, it's still
Huh?
canon in this timeline,
Yeah.
since it takes place before the
play.
events of the original Mortal Kombat, so it wouldn't
terrible.
have been changed by Raiden's confusing call to the past. Shinnok
Not
more
exactly.
prominently featured in MK4, where he was the main boss and a playable
No fun to play.
He was absent from the next
But it's a
2
good
games.
game.
He was in Armageddon, but I mean, who the fuck wasn't, am I right? On their way to Raiden's temple, the Special Forces see
That's the
9
best part of
dead
that
Shaolin
Armageddon.
monks
It had
being
all of
blown
them
up. Nothing
up
like
to
a
that
good
point.
corpse pile. They're found by Revenant Nightwolf.
Well,
who's
I'm
joined
just
for
about
defeat
to
by
pass your
Revenant
number.
Jax and Revenant Smoke.
Smoke is dead. I
Oh, I'm sorry, Revenant and Enra. Revenenra? An Enra is the
have an
Japanese word
Enra?
for smoke, which is cool, I guess.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
In this game. It's a bummer for these
Japanese word for smoke. I didn't and Nenra. That doesn't even sound like a Japanese word.
Jax is full of piss and vinegar, minus the
Supposed to be
vinegar.
like demon
Friends or
or
not,
something.
they beat him up real good. Still sad.
Demon
We're gonna
spirit.
fix you someday.
I can fix him! Inside the cave, Kenshi and Sento guide the SFers to a portal to Raiden's temple. Good
Hold those
thing,
guys down.
since Raiden and Fujin are attacked by Shinnok's forces and their coordinated grunting. The fight's a major headache, and Shinnok's getting ready to welcome them to the Netherrealm when he's interrupted by a shadow kick, courtesy of Johnny Cage. The Elder God fights back with poise and style, sometimes pulling a mid-air Pennywise, and sometimes looking like Neo when he realized he's the one.
Pennywise versus Shinnok.
Thank you for getting the reference. Yes, it was like immediate.
And the combination of powers turns him into a Super Saiyan of sorts. Huh, things didn't work out that way for Liu Kang when two powers combined, or Nightwolf and Sindel, come to think of it. Guess Johnny's got that A-list plot armor. This green halo is apparently a
A-list
product of
plot
Johnny's
armor.
Mediterranean war cult ancestry. Wonder if we should call him a hero or a gyro. The Gamma Glow allows him to defeat Shinnok and secure his amulet for the good guys. Oh yeah, Shinnok's got an amulet too. Mortal Kombat loves its freaking amulets.
They love amulets.
Raiden uses the amulet to
Yeah, it's a
capture
little too
Shinnok,
much.
And though Quan Chi and his
All of the
Revenants
same.
get away, Johnny and Sonya start snuggling up real nice.
She called me Johnny.
Later, in another chapter, we see what happened
The
after
last time.
Shinnok was in
Yeah,
prison.
I hated
the flirty
that scene.
duo tracked Quan Chi to his fortress, where the sorcerer confronted them with Revenant Sub-Zero, Jax, and Scorpion. A bunch of fighting ensued.
Quan
but
Chi
it
looked
ended
better
when
there.
Revenant Jax stuck a blade through Johnny's back.
Ow.
As Cage bleeds out, Quan Chi's
And
centerpiece
then
blood pool
comes
starts
the testicle
covering up a brand
stomps.
new Johnny Cage, or just like a random bald guy if you're going by the background when this place is a fighting stage. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Is Johnny's life force being removed and put in a Revenant body? That's my guess. Raiden
It's like a
appears out of
manufacturing-
nowhere, as he does, and electroshocks the blood baby to reverse whatever's happening here. To help him, Sonya QTE kicks Quan Chi's ass, stomping his head a whole bunch of times. Oh, and one to his Quan Chi-ness too.
one Quan
Raiden
Chi-ness.
It is right
destroys the
there.
3D blood printer, saves Johnny, and restores Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Jax to their living human forms.
That's amazing.
No, that's bullshit. What even happened there?
By coupling Quan Chi's dark magics to my own, I was able to restore their souls.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, sure, okay. Quan Chi is
that's it.
At least this actor and this cop found love. Now it's 20 years later, and an older Johnny Cage is leading a bunch of youths. Among them, Cassie Cage, he and Sonya's 20-year-old daughter. So you do the math. Johnny must have invaded more than one sacred temple that night. Yeah, I mean, Cassie is a special forces soldier, as is Jackie Briggs,
Nah,
the daughter
man.
of Jackson Jax Briggs. They're teaming up with Kung Jin, a member of the Shaolin monks like Liu Kang and Kung Lao before him, and Takeda Takahashi, the son of the blind swordsman Kenshi and a member of the Shirai Ryu, which is of course Scorpion's ninja clan. Now again, I know what you're thinking. You didn't mention the Lin Kuei, James. Well, that's where this group is headed right now, to convince the Lin Kuei Grandmaster to join their cause. And that Grandmaster is a scorching hot Sub-Zero. After Raiden's
Scorching
Training
cold.
exercise.
Thank you. Scorching
Wily Ang
cold.
rose to the top of the Lin Kuei clan. The combat kids try to sneak in and confront him, but come on,
Combat
this
kids,
Sub-Zero
callback.
motherfuckers. First he beats down Cassie,
Yeah, I know you're all
compares her
coming.
favorably to Sonya. Then he disciplines Takeda Takahashi, Jackie Briggs, and Kung Jin with both his actions and his purrs.
They all needed some real battle
Those
training.
dulcet tones are provided by Stephen Bloom, previously heard on this show by some of you as the Critters and Critters Attack. He also voices
So
Reptile
many good
and
voices by
Lowride Joe
him.
in this
Still
game,
doing
and you may
Baraka.
know him as Wolverine or Spike Spiegel. With all those credits, you want to like this
Spike
guy.
Spiegel.
It's a good thing these fights were just a training exercise. Turns out Subby's been allied with Johnny Cage the whole time. I love the little crab
I think he
walk
plays
this guy
Mugen
does
in
when he
Samurai
gets the kids
Champloo,
free.
too.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Johnny's put together this group project to keep peace
to
with
teach them
Outworld,
to
which is
work
in the midst of
together.
the Civil War. Their current
Teamwork
emperor
makes
is
the dream
Kotal Kahn,
work.
the last member of the Aztec-inspired Aztec race. His rule is being threatened by Mileena, who inherited the realm after
I'm about
the
to
death
lose
of her
right now.
father, Shao
There's
Kahn.
that version of Raiden
Just
we
right
never
now,
get
this
to
battle,
play.
I forgot about
With
it.
a few loyal forces, and more
Best
importantly,
voice right
Shinnok's
here.
amulet. Mileena has the Tarkatans on her side, and they stage an attack on Kotal Kahn's procession. It gets 6
they're
of
not
them killed
Tarkatans
by
this
Kotal's
time.
cortege, which
That's
includes
good.
Shinnok and his creepy dead guy powers.
Dude.
Also includes this
Pass
bug.
your number,
They
man.
get killed by bugs.
No. Well,
as the fight continues,
not yet. One away, but you know that's passing it. Oh gosh! Whoa!
Both Tarkatans and
the disposable
Tarkatan. Wrong.
For your counting service, Josh. You a real one. Our old friend Kano's here, and he's being paid for by the Mileena for Emperor group, so he tries to assassinate Kotal Kahn. He's almost quick-time evented out of his one good eye mate, then beat down in the old-fashioned button-mashing way. Oh, glad to see the fighting hasn't spread to
that was a really difficult one because Kotal Kahn is
stopped
slow.
By a fireball from Tanya. Tanya's an Adanian, the god-descended human-looking race that includes
Tanya
Katana
looks better
and Jade.
now.
She's allied with Mileena in hopes of winning Adania's freedom.
I don't know. I'm just arguing
to
create problems with the comments.
Quan Chi and Shinnok.
Where's your there?
I saw in you. Can't you see, Liu Kang?
Woof.
I wanted to see that cinematic, damn it.
We're going back.
This is a trap.
Her improved voice acting in this game is provided by Jennifer Hale, best known as FemShep in Mass Effect. Kotal Kahn uses his sunlight powers to defeat this freedom fighter, then teleports to a rooftop where he quickly takes down 3 Tarkatans with various forms of dismemberment. Kotal Kahn's kind of cool. He moves on to Mileena.
That was my favorite part right there.
With a K, but then she breaks out the super weapon. Holy Shinnok, that amulet disintegrates 3 dudes. Mileena escapes thanks to her Danian.
Yeah, they're too weak to go inside the amulet.
That was so sudden. Just the violent civil war between Kotal and Mileena is causing a refugee problem, as wars do. Thousands of Outworldians, or Outworlders, have come through a portal to Earthrealm, and the Special Forces are trying to control the situation. They speak to Li Mei, an Outworlder from the village of Sun Do, and a character who first showed up in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. And the original
and will be again in
MK1.
Honestly, I forgot she was in that at all.
Soulmado. She fought for the freedom of her village, but it didn't quite work out in the end. In MKX, Li Mei's a non-playable character who's willing to help out Earthrealm, even as Johnny Cage completely dismisses her people.
Our village, Sundo, was the epicenter of a fierce battle. We barely escaped with our lives.
Such is war.
Yo, what the fuck, dude? Li Mei's voiced by Tara Strong.
So yeah. If you want to go to war, you got to break some eggs for that amulet.
Timmy Turner. Strong also.
Oh yeah, she's a big voice
I meant omelet.
Harley Quinn, I think.
Master Blaster-like combatant from Outworld, who doesn't really affect the story at all. So this is all you'll hear of them.
Your eyes, so bright. Gonna carve them out.
Thanks to Li Mei, the Earthrealmers learned that
same voice actress as
Sonya tells
Mileena.
Cassie to take her team to Outworld.
You know, supposedly Fair is coming to the game soon.
DLC. Johnny tries to talk to her, but she's only focused on the mission. That's why they got divorced after having Cassie.
There was a time when you cared more about your family than your job.
You got divorced?
Combat Kitties head to Outworld and run into Aaron Black.
So they got married.
Who's a badass gunslinger with a cool voice.
Now state your business, including a reason why we shouldn't kill you.
He's voiced by the prolific Troy Baker, who also voices Fujin and the big bad himself, Shinnok. Baker is a video game mainstay, voicing tons of well-known characters.
Yeah, he's also super popular.
As for Aaron Black, he's an Earthrealm-born mercenary that may or may not have worked for Kano's Black Dragon clan.
I don't know if he's the
born
same
in 19th century
11?
Texas, but granted a long life by Shang Tsung, which is why he's still here. He works for Kotal Kahn as their reptile-like low-card jobber. The MK babies flash some amulet to gain cred, but it doesn't work.
I can buy one of those at that stall right over there.
Wonder if that's where you can buy the DLC horror characters too. MKX combat packs included Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, the Xenomorph from Alien, and Predator. And y'all see
all of the bads.
Kung Jin avoids a fight.
Yeah,
and gets
it's
the
all it's the most horror of any of them.
Public execution. It's the hottest ticket in Outworld. The condemned man is a starving
Everybody's
guy
expecting Chucky to be there.
Bread to survive, so Kung Jin stops his beheading with an arrow. Fighting ensues, like a whole bunch of it, and Kung Jin puts down the cowboy. But I don't think anyone actually gets killed.
Ash Williams.
Chaos here. If there had been deaths, they'd be in bigger trouble when Bug Lady finally arrives. This is Devora, and she's a chitin, a colony of insects that bond together to form a humanoid body. She's like if Oogie Boogie had a baby. Please don't send me that porn. She's divisive. Personally, I fucking love Devora. She's one of my favorite new characters. And not just because she's hands down the hottest bug I've ever seen. Sorry, Flick. I love the way she refers to herself as this one, and her wonderful, interesting voice acting done by Kelly Hu. Last scene on the show, Friday 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
I realize that.
Drop. Finally, Devora's a dope-ass hype woman.
Make way for Kotal Kahn. Move!
Kung Jin's crew yells at him for interfering, getting so mad they double swear.
You want to take this this opportunity to tell us what the fuck shit you were thinking?
Great delivery by Cassie's voice actor Ashley Birch, who was in Borderlands,
I knew I
Horizon
recognized
Zero
her.
Dawn, and the indie game Life is Strange. We find out why Kung Jin is sympathetic to petty thieves, as just 5 years ago, he was a pretty petty thief himself. He broke into a Shaolin monk temple and took an heirloom amiibo that belonged to his cousin Kung Lao. Raiden caught
shamed
Kung
for
Jin
it.
and caught the kid's dressing down. He was mad at the Lightning Lord for letting Kung Lao get killed.
You made him fight Shao Kahn, and stood there while that bastard snapped his neck!
What? Raiden didn't make Kung Lao do shit. Guy stepped up to fight like he always does, but forgot that he had only beaten the sub-boss. Raiden tries to
Yeah,
convince
he
Kung
took his
Jin
hat
to
off,
join the
which would have
Shaolin
protected him
monks,
from
his
it.
cousin Kung Lao and their ancestor, the great Kung Lao, before him. And guess what, dude? It's cool that you're gay.
They care only about what is in your heart, not whom your heart desires.
Yeah, finally they did that.
Confirmed gay character.
Yeah,
in the
it
series.
glazed
This is
over
the only
all of
time
our
it's
heads
referenced.
until
More focus
we
is
had that
put on his
reference back
erudite
again.
interests.
It's like,
That's
okay,
why he's
yeah.
so knowledgeable about Outworld.
I don't know, I expected the sky to be purple or something.
Don't believe everything you see online.
That's a tongue-in-cheek reference to how some of the older games, and even the movies, depicted Outworld as having a purple sky.
I
Kung
wish
Jin's
it
knowledge
was,
of the
man.
realm allows him to converse with
I'm all
Kotal
about
Kahn.
that purple.
At least one Earthrealmer can forge words like silver.
Speaking of silver tongues, Kotal Kahn's is provided by Phil Lamar. He's
Oh!
done voice acting in everything from Futurama to Samurai Jack, but I'll always think of him as the guy from Mad TV
UPS
and
guy.
Pulp Fiction. Despite the diplomacy, a
Pulp
fight still
Fiction.
happens
Yep.
anyway, and when Kung Jin defeats Kotal Kahn, he goes full katana.
Now kill me. Be done with it.
In exchange for his life, Kung Jin gets Kotal Kahn to join them against Mileena, because ain't no one looking to get disintegrated. Cassie calls her mom and tells her the news, as General Sonya tries to sniff out a rat. Li Mei told her Kano came in through the portal with the refugees, so now she's gotta get to the bottom of Down Under. At the camp, a refugee woman has been found killed with one of Kano's so-called neckties. Wonder if that's what he gave his dad for Father's Day. This kill puts
Okay,
Sonya
we're getting
on
closer
high
to my
alert. Soon
number.
she spots a
Not
sussy
up
Baka
there
in the
yet,
crowd.
though.
Too bad we don't get a scene of her beating the crap out of this lady, who's somehow Kano in disguise.
That would be funny.
Been a while.
Not long enough.
While Kano was voiced by the returning Michael McConaughey, Sonya has a new voice in the form of Trisha Helfer, best known for Battlestar Galactica, or if you're me, Lucifer. Oh, she also voiced Kerrigan in StarCraft 2. Fuck yeah, dude. They fight in the
Cool.
refugee camp, and I'll just note that sometimes a Tarkatan comes through the portal back there and
So
gets
much
killed.
better than
But
Ronda
this is a
Rousey.
random occurrence that varies depending on how long your match goes on, so I'll only count this as a single kill. Not sure what else I'm supposed to do.
This is your garbage trash browser, and this is Opera GX.
Okay.
You see this difference?
Can go.
Opera is 100% customizable. You can even set how much RAM and CPU
And
usage.
go.
After the fight, Sonya kindly convinces Kano to tell them where Shinnok's amulet is. She relays the info to the
Calmly.
kids,
Yeah, she's
still
like
hanging out
strangling
with
him for a
Bug
good
Lady and
10
the Pet
seconds.
King. Hey, speaking of Samurai Jack and Screamin' Mad Georgina, let's get their backstory with another flashback. Hooray! 5 years ago, Mileena ruled as Khanum of Outworld, but was fixated with waging war on Earthrealm. Kotal wanted to usurp her
Mask
and bring
makes her
peace to the
face look
realm,
so
he
fat.
asked Devora for help, since the only one on his side so far was fucking Reptile. Actually, Reppy Boy comes through this time and spills the tea about Mileena.
She is a construct, formed in Shang Tsung's flesh pits. Your best claim to the throne is moot.
With that revelation, Devora decides to cut bait.
This one serves Mileena no longer.
There goes
Sounds like someone
Baraka.
applied auto-tune without knowing how to use it. Joining her in side-swapping is creepy dead guy's Ermac, leaving Mileena with only Tarkatans on her side.
Do you
And
guys
yes,
prefer
it's pronounced
Reptile
Tarkatan.
in his old
Got it
form or his
wrong,
new
guys.
form? Evil?
And honestly,
Good?
it feels like Baraka called me out personally.
It's Tarkatan, Earthrealmer.
To be fair, though, I pronounced it wrong. We would
See?
have gotten that Electric 6 parody, so, you know, I think it was worth it. Devora takes Baraka to the street, and not only
This
beats
is
him
nice.
a regular amount, with Kotal giving her a thumbs down, she straight up fatalities Baraka, with the music and everything. It's hilariously over the top, as she takes the brain from his head and his heart and goes bum bum ba da dum. Sorry, Baraka Raka. You'll
And
never
then
talk
later
to
on
me
he's
again.
eating brains.
That combat
And he's not playable. And that makes
Just
it
to
was
get his
confusing.
brain back.
Present, right? Devora and Cassie Cage find Mileena thanks to Kano's intel. First, they run into Rain, an Adanian descended from the god Argus, whose temple the Battle of Armageddon took
Adanian!
place. So, you know, that's pretty cool.
Man.
He's secretly hoping Shinnok's
Pronunciation.
kills Mileena so he can take over
I don't know about
He's
Adanian.
on her side.
Adanian, I don't know.
To safety earlier. Like Reptile, Noob Saibot, Smoke, and Ermac, Rain was a palette swap ninja in the original 16-bit games. Palette swapping was a way to get around memory restraints on early consoles, allowing multiple characters to exist.
Or to save on costumes like us, like we had to do.
As graphics evolved, so did
they only had to do a few different frames,
now,
that's it.
You'll never be able to tell that Rain started as a purple scorpion. Oh, and yes, his name is a reference to Prince. He is Purple Rain. D'Vorah takes out the Sploosh Bag, as well as the other Adanian, Tanya, before finally fighting Mileena. She secures victory over the once and would-be future leader of Outworld, and the half-clone is taken to Kotal Kahn, who sentences her to death by hot lesbian action. Oh, so that's why has legs,
that
so she can be killed by
That's terrible.
Keeps bugs into her mouth until her skull skin is nothing but bug food. Fucking gross.
It's one of those things, you know, it goes along like Poison Ivy from Batman.
With Mileena taken care of, Kotal Kahn turns on the Earthrealmers, taking Shinnok's amulet for himself and holding them captive. And if one betrayal wasn't enough, try a bugs! Because turns out D'Vorah's scheming against Kotal Kahn and is actually allied with the forces of Netherrealm.
This one lives to serve Shinnok.
This one kills
The two
two
schemers.
Outworld guards with her bug powers, then retrieves Shinnok's amulet.
145.
Great, now a bug's got a WMD. Sonya visits Jax, who has spent his post-Revenant life as a simple man on a farm. He's mad his daughter Jackie joined the
lot
Special
of this
Forces
dialogue.
and still holds it against Sonya, and especially Johnny Cage. But they want his help capturing Quan Chi now that he's resurfaced, and thankfully for them, it's always saving time for Farmer Jax. His daughter could use saving right now, since she and the combat kids are locked up Akon style.
I never liked Farmer Jax.
Once again, it's flashback of Cloud. Someone must have stopped at a 7-Eleven, because it's taquito time. 5 years ago,
Taquito time?
was a student
I like
of
taquito
Hanzo
time.
Hasashi, aka Scorpion, who at that point was an ex-Revenant who had a serious glow-up. Takeda had been estranged from his father Kenshi, but Master Hasashi organized a father fuckboy reunion. Despite some initial conflict,
How was that
they
training?
made up, and Kenshi told his son he had more to
It was
learn.
slow.
Now it is time to complete your training.
Until they got a suit. That's crazy. That suit is ridiculous.
A family gift.
In the present, Takeda saves his friends with mind bullets, the product of
Just
his
learns.
father's training. I don't think he killed that guard, though. The tiny platoon adventures continues as they
Kinda
run
like
into
the
Kotal Kahn's forces
Pennywise,
on the dock. Kung Jin uses an atmosphere
you getting
arrow
bit,
to set the mood.
having mind
Takeda
powers.
uses his psychic training and the
Yeah, it
reflexes
helps.
of you, the
It helps
player,
to
to
know
beat reptiles senseless.
what your opponent's about to
Been
do.
a licky boy. He also defeats Aaron Black, and though Ermac's multi-minds give him a psychic migraine, he comes out on top in that fight too. The kids escape, which Kotal Kahn is not pleased about. He assumes they're working with D'Vorah and have taken the amulet, and plans to invade Earthrealm to get it back. That dummy don't know the amulet is actually on its way to the Netherrealm, which is why Jax is there alongside Kenshi and a bunch of future dead soldiers. They're Netherrealm informant.
They're going to
Serena,
die.
an
There she
actual
is.
demon who first appeared in mythology's Sub-Zero. She was loyal to Quan Chi, but eventually turned on him, probably because he couldn't remember his lines.
Immortal. The ability to freeze.
Richard DeVizio.
I forgot my line.
You suck.
Thereafter, she aligned herself with
Richard
Bahamut
DeVizio.
Sub-Zero and the Lin Kuei.
I love
She's
that
only been
scene.
playable in the Game Boy Advance Game Tournament Edition, and of course Armageddon, but she does make a return in this year's MK1, where you can see her in her little imp form. Quan Chi's a comin'.
Yeah, the bloopers for that are really funny.
Oh, they did put that together, right?
They're pretty cool though. The bad guys murder
Yeah,
13, I believe,
that's the best part of
Special
it.
Forces guys with various forms of magic, beheadings, fireballs, and a little gun. God damn it, Stryker! Jax gets involved and beats down Revenant Kung Lao with his very fun fighting
Well, I think
style,
I've
and
won
some
this.
Fucking power bombs. Hell yeah,
Like a
dude.
ping
Revenant
pong, ping
Sindel
ping,
is
charge those hands, fire
That
stuff.
here.
succumbing to Jax's one-man armies. So much for
Man.
an overlooked, unfit appearance. Jax then saves Serena from Revenant Katana, who seems to enjoy her present state.
It suits me. I am a victim no longer.
She's so fucking over it. The fighting ends and the Revenants flee, and since everyone else's ass is kicked, Jax volunteers to find Quan Chi himself.
You'll be killed.
Wouldn't be the first time.
What a badass. He finds Quan Chi with Revenant Liu Kang, then takes down the zombie Shaolin monk in order to keep that faction XP grind going. He moves on to the sorcerer, who's so weak at this point, a single punch takes him to the ground. He's handcuffed.
Takes him to the
brought
wall and in
General
the ground.
Sonya Blade for questioning. but before she
Oh,
can get
hey,
to
it's
it,
the one
Hanzo
we're waiting
Hasashi
for.
shows up. He wants to kill Quan Chi, even though Sonya needs him alive to restore Liu Kang and their other zombie friends. But that doesn't sound like a Hanzo problem.
You'd leave them trapped? Like you were?
Only Quan Chi concerns me.
Scorpion Man, always only looking out for number one. His Shirai Ryu warriors descend upon the special forces.
How many people
since he
die
gave them
here?
orders to wound, not kill. I'm not going to count any background.
Yeah,
here.
I wouldn't think
Hanzo
so.
and
Nobody.
Sonya
This
fight,
is a
and
pacifist
the funniest
battle.
thing is when you use your X-ray to defeat her, and then after the fight ends, he says this.
I wish you no harm, General Blade.
It was a painless harpoon.
I didn't want to do it.
Hanzo from getting to
She
Quan
made
Chi,
me do
who
it.
He calls the architect of his suffering.
That wasn't harmful. Just a headache.
Get in my way. I was trying to open the shipping container door.
After getting de-Revenant times,
You wanted my
returned
tea,
to his
didn't
clan,
you?
who were still cyborgs under the leadership of Grandmaster Sector.
Drinking my tea up?
I didn't drink it.
You did. You drink every
I understood the sentiment, but I didn't
Somebody
do it.
examined Sector's memory chip and learned that the Lin Kuei were working for Quan Chi, who took personal responsibility for slaughtering the Shirai Ryu.
Dun dun dun.
You know, it's weird that everyone's defining life moments all happened 5 years ago. What, there's just a whole 15 years of nothing before that? Anyway, this means Scorpion's entire revenge plot against Bi-Han was built on a lie. One that Quan
Well,
Chi
your 5 years
told
trope,
while
the
undead
5 years
Scorpion
trope, you
was
know,
still
like
a Spectre.
Arrow.
Not a Revenant, like I incorrectly said in the last kill count. Sorry. Again. It was Quan Chi who killed
very
Hanzo's
hard.
family, not Bi-Han.
But Tarkatans, I mean, come on. You just need to hear it a couple times.
But Scorpion's...
My name is Hanzo Hasashi!
Sorry, Hanzo's too pissed off to listen. I know some people were frustrated by his actions here, but this is the same dude who killed Bi-Han after promising Raiden he wouldn't. He's a hot-headed guy out for vengeance. It's
Yeah, he's kind of just
This is the thing.
Beat down Devora.
I'm stuck in this loop.
Aggressive idiot.
For that line only, Scorpion is voiced by MK co-creator Ed Boon. He's been saying, "Get over here!" since the very first Mortal Kombat in 1992. He's voiced the battle cry in every game since, making him the longest-running video game voice actor of a single role. Devora tosses Shinnok's amulet to Quan Chi, and he utters a spell in slow
Can you
motion.
imagine how
Right as
easy
he
that
catches
is?
the catch-all
Like, hey, I voice
he's
act Scorpion.
decapitated
All I
by
have to do
Hanzo's
is just...
blade. Hanzo Hasashi has once again gotten revenge with
One
the
line
but
over
judging by that
many,
slight
many
smile,
years of
it's
games.
too late. Indeed it is, as the amulet erupts and gives birth to the fallen elder god Shinnok. He makes quick work of Hanzo and all
Man,
the
I love
special
that
forces,
helmet.
because these folks don't mean shit to him.
How small they are.
Though Quan
Very
Chi died
flexible,
to bring him
very
here,
fleshy
Shinnok still
looking.
got Devora and the Revenant gang. Though where Stryker and Cabal are, I just couldn't tell you, man. They take Johnny
Good to
Cage as
see
prisoner, but
Quan
for
die
some
again.
reason, leave everyone else alive. The
always
combat
good to
kids
see.
get back just in time
Always good to
see
see
all the
his
carnage.
head not attached to
Raiden
himself.
flashes to his temple
Right,
where
yeah.
Master Bo-Rai Cho is waiting. This guy is one of the lesser-liked characters in the franchise. Introduced in Deadly Alliance, Bo-Rai
Because
Cho is a Shaolin
he's a
monk
potty
responsible
humor
for
guy.
training Liu Kang and Kung Lao.
Yeah, it's my
But he's
master.
worse
He never
than
dies.
freaking master
He likes to
architect.
crap
He's a
on
drinking,
everything,
farting,
on everyone.
puking master whose moveset might as well be from the Beavis and Butthead Genesis game, which fucking rules.
It really does deserve.
Looks like in this timeline, dude still gets his drink on, but at least he seems a bit more hygienic. The two of them head to the Jinsei chamber, which is a giant well of Earthrealm's life force.
Such beauty, like gazing upon the elder gods themselves.
Really?
Don't you think it'd be funny if he
game's gotta
just
have a drunken
randomly
master.
farted during like a story sequence?
Raiden tells Bo-Rai Cho he's really sad about Liu Kang and Kung Lao getting killed and becoming revenants. He still hopes to restore them to human form.
I suppose it is possible.
As long as Quan Chi lives.
Oh, looks like Hanzo's gonna be in trouble again. Raiden reminisces about past.
Oh, damn.
But this time we switch it up.
I done messed it up.
5 years in between the events
And
of
at the wrong
Mortal Kombat
time,
1 and 2,
'cause he
or,
finished
I
his
guess, in between
incantation.
The first and second parts of MK9. Man, this shit's confusing. This was during Shao Kahn's invasion
Yes,
of
it is.
Earthrealm. And apparently, Devora was there
Especially
the whole
if you
time.
forget a lot of it.
Baraka, that bug leg gonna kill you in the future. This flashback feels like the least necessary of the game, outside of watching Raiden stop Devora's attacks with a giant bug zapper. But we don't really learn anything new here. It feels like padding so you can play as Raiden a little more. Back in the present, Raiden's back-to-bath is interrupted by Shinnok, who zaps Bo-Rai Cho, but I don't think kills him.
You know not his power. His soul cannot be subjugated.
The Nether God leaves through a door that
Then he
must have
gets
spent
beat
a lot
up
of
for
time
the next
doing
5
Upper
minutes
X.
and then
Damn, get a door.
shocks
Raiden
the
is forced
floor
to
and
fight
it's
Liu
fine.
and Lao, who we just said were like sons to him. Guess they've got a Ray and Dominic thing going on then. All the zombies stomp a mud hole in Raiden's ass, but he fights back, and fights back the tears when Revenant Liu Kang gets sassy.
This is not your destiny, Liu Kang.
More visions, Raiden? You still see the future?
Love that line delivery by Tom Choi, returning to voice Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat 9 and MKVDCU. Raiden defeats Liu Kang and goes to stop whatever's happening here. Is Shinnok bleeding into the Jinsei?
Yeah, so they're contaminating the shark water.
He's taking it, and then this.
Yuck. Raiden gets trapped
One of the
by
most
Shinnok's
disturbing
Outworld,
things.
and the fallen Elder God submerges himself in Jinsei. The steam from his bath is seen for miles around, ushering in the end of the world as we know it. Quick, everyone, get your final
Ghostbusters
thoughts
1.
out.
Hey, I think I love you is more than just a guard. Wait, what?
Between the Jinsei shower and probably a bunch of rare candies, Shinnok evolves into a Chernabog? Or maybe a Shinnabog. It's up to the combat kids to save the day.
That's what we needed from MK1. Shang to turn into that thing for no reason.
Is here, thinking they stole the amulet. The Endor-like woods fight that ensues sees 8 Outworlders get killed. A grenade knocks a tree down onto 6 of them, and then Kun Jin
my
kills
number!
2 with his energy arrows. There's
Am I
some
gonna be
fun,
accurate?
A little bit of romance as Jackie and Takeda develop a relationship.
You're doing
of
well.
convenience.
And then this happens. 3, 2.
She gets a good moment when she beats down Ermac, considering he's the reason her dad had to hold her as a baby with metal arms. The kids tell Kotal Kahn
That's
that
the reason.
Shinnok's the bad guy. I mean,
Good
look
revenge.
at that
This is the
sky.
reason.
It's all evil. Kotal decides that he, for one, welcomes his new Shinnok overlord.
I will appease Shinnok. Bring him your heads. Gain time to bolster Outworld's defenses.
The combat kids are cornered with a K, but at the last minute their
Forgot he went
attackers
that way.
freeze. Rescue comes in the form of Sub-Zero and the Lin Kuei, though I don't see any definitive kills in the background. As Subby pushes Kotal Kahn back to Outworld, the kids continue on to Raiden's temple. They overhear that Shinnok wants to capture Earthrealm first, then make war on the heavens and defeat the Elder Gods themselves. That would basically end the universe, so they fight their way through the Revenants, one of whom reminds MK9 players of their past trauma.
Has your mother and
Yeah.
friends? Kill them all in the blink of an eye.
With all these damn Revenants
tough.
around, only Cassie and Kun Jin are able to make their way inside, where Raiden is still getting the bastard Skelly
She had help.
squeeze, and
She has some
Cassie's
power
dad is getting gnawed on by
given to her by
Cassie puts an end to
Shao
that
Kahn.
shit.
Raiden's
You're
getting
the bug,
boned in
I'm
there.
the windshield.
Before she can free Johnny from that very expired honeycomb, Tim Curry legend-looking Shinnok shows up and kicks her
Tim
ass.
Curry legend.
He's ready
Tim
to
Curry
finally
legend.
get back at Johnny Cage.
He's so
for
good in that
defeating him all
movie
these years
and
ago,
everything he's
but
in,
only
really.
problem is, looks like the green apple don't fall far from the shadow tree.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, it does run in the family.
As Cassie Cage, you're forced to fight
the Harry Potter gene.
pain in the ass that is corrupted Shinnok. Man, did this guy suck to fight. Thankfully, Cassie has the ultimate power of guns.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! Eventually, probably after many, many tries, you win the fight. Most likely with a bunch of jump kick uppercuts. His ultimate defeat comes when Cassie
I mean,
crushes
for
his
sure, if it's
fully
us.
rendered shin nuts. With Shinnok defeated, Cassie and Kun Jin help Raiden into the Jinsei energy source. His magic, or whatever, zaps the corrupted Shinnok back into his usual sassy old guy form.
That's amazing.
Then Raiden screams and the red clouds of death dissipate. Revenant's
Then he
Liu Kang
absorbs
and
the
Kai
orange.
back out of there. Raiden and Johnny Cage are saved, and the Cages are reunited with Sonya Blade as a family.
You did a great job with your team, Johnny.
But he has an STD now.
You hear that, Cass?
Yeah, look at all of it.
She called me
It's all over him.
Johnny.
Oh, that's
No
nice.
protecting
The
from that.
Jinsei is restored and all seems well, except Raiden's become a bit miffed. He's been corrupted by Shinnok's powers after removing
we're gonna
him from
forget
the
about
Jinsei,
that.
giving us the badass that is
Dark Raiden.
Dark
in a final
It doesn't
scene, he
continue.
goes through being Mr. Nice God. From now on, the best
Just the
defense
first-
for
it's like
Earthrealm
very,
is
very beginning of
aggressive
11.
offense.
I will seek out and destroy all who threaten it. No mercy will be shown. No quarter given.
I wanted to
Movie
see this
serious
one.
Dark Raiden tosses Shinnok's still living head towards the feet of Netherrealm's new rulers, the Revenant forms of Liu Kang and Kitty-Tana. They now rule the afterlife.
She looks good
as one
there.
dead King and Queen.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
Were more souls sent to the Netherrealm this time than in the Redux of MKs 1 through 3?
Catwoman.
Let's find
I
out
didn't
at the
see that
numbers after I check out this episode's new roster of combatants. Okay, now I know how this works. Whoever I pick, I'll have to fight. So let's see. I'm not gonna fight my
Clown.
wife.
Knock the clown. Kill the clown.
Scorpion Sub-Zero's a little played out.
Got a lot of costumes
so-
over time.
Oh, Tremor
Kinda
Sword
like that.
Dandy Zoran? Yeah, I could take this guy. Alright, let's do
He's got
this.
fisticuffs. Don't underestimate them.
Nice move.
Critter ball.
What? What do you...
Critter ball. Critter ball.
You have any other moves?
Critter ball.
Jump!
Finish him.
He's like it.
Okay, that, I wouldn't do that.
Animality.
I like the white, but the crotch bite.
Animality.
And the dog.
This is my comeback. Start yours.
You notice the Raiden hat on top of Billy in the background?
Still save yourself.
I missed that.
Money.
Oh, wow.
The back right there. Oh, well,
I
never
counted
mind.
168 kills in Mortal Kombat X, 20 more than I counted in MK9.
Yeah, whoa!
Unfortunately, this game's kills were way more skewed to nameless folk. Shown by this pie chart, only 4 kills were of named characters. The rest were all randoms.
Yeah.
As far as who did the killing this time through, 16 characters had confirmed kills on screen. I won't get into everyone's stats, because that's a lot, but the top 3 saw Revenant Liu Kang with 9, Fujin with 12, and Raiden with 13, giving him the top spot once again.
Raiden killed the most people!
That's funny.
1 kill. What happened, Screamin' Mad MILF? I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Mileena. Some people don't like that a hugely important character got killed by a brand new bug lady.
It's a good one,
this
though.
shit. It's amazing.
Admittedly.
I mean, she really is like the Undertaker. She elevates
Machete for lamest kill will go to the Special Forces guy shot by Stryker. In a world of
herself
zombies,
by killing
fireballs, and
characters
killer
that are better.
screams, gun deaths are by far the most boring. And that's it. Mortal Kombat X was released in 2015. It was my reintroduction to the franchise when I streamed myself playing it here on DeadMeat way back in 2018. I fucking love these games, so I'll look
Same
at
here,
Mortal Kombat
2018,
11
that's way
sometime in the
late.
future. But there might be a SAG video game strike coming up, or maybe it's happening now. I'm filming this far in advance, so, you know, it'll kind of depend on that. But until next time, I'm James A. Janice.
Yeah, the movie's gonna be a while
Hey
because
everyone,
of that.
thanks a lot for watching the MKX kill count. I was so happy when the Mortal Kombat 9
There
/ Mortal
we
Kombat 2011
go.
kill count did
That
really
is
well.
kill
You guys-
count. Counting up all the kills on MKX, and I was very, very wrong.
We were both
Did
wrong,
not
as
get-
we always are, but I was closer. Let's not forget
You were
that.
way
Let
closer.
the record show. Huh?
Yeah, 168 this time instead of 148 like last time. And I had thought that we were becoming less violent, just basically because of MK1. I mean, MK1, I don't remember anybody dying in it.
It's less people you care about, but it's more people overall. So that's why it could be like you lose the memory
Yeah,
of
it's
it being more.
like pawns on a chessboard. You don't really care about them. You don't even remember them.
Yeah. So definitely check out DeadMeat. He makes a lot of this kind of stuff. As you can see, he's a big Mortal Kombat fan. Horror-related kill
Super in
counts.
depth. He still makes a little bit of mistakes. He knows a lot. He knows so much, pointing out a lot of details, a lot of history, a lot of backstory, a lot of lore, a lot of sources, but still gets some things wrong. And I don't think anybody gets it all right. So I can't really hit him for that. Pronunciation on things, and when people kill people who haven't actually done that.
And I'd like to give a shout out to Verdant Light for joining our $25 tier on YouTube memberships. This money helps us buy new costumes, or even just go back and forth between the 2 different areas. Just to go and see him and film with him, it costs about $80. So you guys and your donations and even liking the video, it really goes far in keeping us going. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't, click the bell icon. You get notified when we make things, whatever the hell that's going to be. I've been
Have a
Spoken.
nice day.
He's been Sub-Zero. Bye-bye, everybody.